Morning to you all. Today we shall discuss one of the most debated, discussed and researched subject of the social science, that is parenting. What are the right parenting style? Parenting is one of the most rewarding job on planet Earth. It is also one of the most irritated job on planet Earth as well. We can easily judge the parenting styles of the parents by just watching the children. If the children are confident, crispy, if they are fulfilling human beings, if they are happy, if they are productive, if they are hardworking, we can easily understand that the parenting style of their parents is absolutely good. But at the same time, if the children are irritated, frustrated, disappointed, depressed, drug abused, antisocial, we can easily understand that the parenting style of their parents is not good and it requires plenty of improvement. So what are the areas where we can improve ourselves in order to make our children a worthy citizen of the country and also a fulfilling human beings? Today we shall discuss all those tips by which we can improve our children and their productivity and make them a worthy citizen of the country. So parenting, I will say, is the most difficult job on planet Earth. The parenting is more difficult even than the job of the Prime Minister. So what are the areas where we can improve our parenting style? We shall discuss all these things and require some tips to improve our parenting today. First thing, action speaks louder than words. It is well said that the action of the parents counts the most. Action of the parents matter the most because the children watch their parents. Every time the children are keeping their eye on the parents. What they tell to their children, it does not have a lasting impact on their mind. But what the parents do have an everlasting impression on the mind and soul of the children. Friends, what you do rather makes a difference because your actions are rather watched by the children every time around. Apart from this, it has also been observed that most of the parents react on the spur of moment. This technique of the parenting is not recommended at all. Parents has to be very patient. They must develop patience in themselves and should not push hard their children to improve. It takes times. Parenting, a good parenting always takes times. You have to watch and wait for the moment. Then you have to improve your child every now and then. So you can't improve your child all of a sudden. Again, I will say that if you want to improve your child, you have to improve yourself first. If you have an improved personality, a refined personality, it will definitely have an impact on your child. The second thing that we have to keep in our mind is that love can't spoil. Love can't spoil a child. Unconditional love of the parents towards their children can never spoil a child. Love means that you take care of them, you talk with them, you sort out their issues amicably. This is love. But sometimes the parents mistake love. Love cannot be in the form of material possession. More often than not, it is observed that the parent gives expensive gadgets to their children, toys, expensive toys to their children in the name of love. This is a sure way to spoil your child, because they will understand that only exchange of the gifts is expression of love, whereas this is not the true love. Apart from this, leniency. Sometimes it is observed that parents becomes a bit more lenient towards their children in the name of expressing or showing love towards them. Leniency can never be love. It means that you are spoiling your child if you becomes lenient on the part of discipline of your child. You have to be harsh and consistent at the same time, whereas showing or showering love towards your children. Lowering down of expectation can also be not love. You can't have a lowered expectation from your children. You always need a higher standard of expectation from your children. But expectation doesn't mean that you will keep an expectation like this. In my old age, my child will take care of me. No, this is not an unconditional love. You have to love your child unconditionally. It means you always have to say that God is always there to take care of me in my old age. So don't expect any reward from your children in the name of showering love towards your children. So if you love your child unconditionally, definitely your child will never be spoiled, or the channel of communication with your child will never be broken. So talk with your children, solve their issues and discuss them, make them a party in the house. So these are some of the very essential things in the parenting style. Next thing is, be involved in your child's life. Most of the time it is observed that parents are rather more busy in surviving, in the techniques of surviving, in their earning their livelihood, and they neglect their children. We work on our issues with our colleagues. We make our relationship better in the office. We work on our marriages. We work on dating and whatsoever. But we forget our children. It happens more often than not. So we have to involve in our child's life. We have to rethink and rearrange our priorities. And at the moment, our child is the most important priority of us. We have to snatch time and have to spend that time along with our child. Anyhow, there must be a moment in the house that out of 24 hours, there must be a time when the whole family must sit together, talk. A dining table is one of the most important thing where the whole family get together. So make this time very essential and very fulfilling for your children. Getting involved with your child doesn't mean that you do the homework of the child. No, I won't recommend that. If parents do the homework of their children, they deprive the teacher of knowing the exact academic standard of their students. So you can help them out in learning several things. You can be involved, play with them, share laughter with them, take care of them, teach them the minute lessons of life, be engaged with them. And by this way, you will be involved in your child's life, make a good rapport with your child, and a very good channel of communication between you and your children will be constructed, and you will never lose your child in all your life. It will remain connected. So three things you should always be ready to answer: where is my child, who is with my child, and what my child is doing. You must always be in position to answer these three questions. Next thing is, parenting should be adapted to fit your child. It means that at different stages, the parenting style needs to be changed slightly. During the infancy, when the child is young, or I will say that up to the age of 15 years, it is the mother who always take care of her child. She remains in constant touch with the child and takes every smallest care of the child. But after 15 years or during the teenage, father should play a very active role in the development and upbringing of the child. What should be the schooling, or how should be the schooling of the children, where the children should get education, in which school they should get admission, what course or career they want to adopt in their life. All these questions must be discussed with father, and father must have a greater say. So children should, their opinion should also be taken into consideration, but after 15 years, father role is rather very important as far as your children are concerned. So according to age, parents must keep the development of their children in their mind. Apart from this, it has also been observed that during the teenage, children's behavior becomes a bit different. Their physical and mental development is taking place, and they also starts feeling peer pressure, disappointment, depression, and definitely becomes unhappy all of a sudden. So parents should keep a very vigilant eye on their children, and if that happens, parents must take immediate note and try to solve out their personal issues urgently. This is very important on the part of. And one thing I will say, that it has also been observed that parents push their children very hard. Pushing to do better is not an answer. Every time if you motivate your child verbally, do better, do best, this won't serve the purpose. You have to motivate the child at the very right moment, and only a single sentence of motivation can be very beneficial, rather than giving too much instruction to your child in order to motivate him or her. So my suggestion is, don't push them hard for excellence or better performance, and you have to keep a watch on the feelings, emotions, sentiments of your children. Rules should be well set and established. In the house, parents should establish rules, and they should be very consistent with the rules. That is very important thing. If rules are made in the house today and they are not followed properly, then the children will be confused whether to follow the rules or not. So whatsoever rule you make in your house, you have to be very consistent and follow the rules very properly. My recommendation is that when the children are young, parents should mold their behavior well. Parents should mold the behavior of the children when they are young, because when the children grow old, or rather becomes or enters into teenage, their behavior becomes a part of their character, and it becomes very difficult to change that at that time. So right from the beginning, right from the childhood, you have to mold the personality of your child at that time. Apart from this, parents should always know what their children are doing. It means that you can never be an aloof to your children. If the bridge of communication is broken, you will definitely lose your child. Apart from this, I won't recommend micromanage your child. Most often than not, it is observed that some parents use helicopter parenting. They hover over the lives of their children every now and then. This parenting style is not recommended at all. You have to give a free time to your child. Always believe that your child is not the center of this universe, and you have to give him space. You have to don't be overprotective to your child. Sometimes parents becomes overprotective. They don't want that their children should make mistake or commit any error or get any kinds of injury. Don't do that. Let them learn by trial and error. Don't micromanage their own life. Give them space, and you have to be very consistent whatsoever rules you make in your home. So these things are very important, that rules should be well set and it should be well established. Next one is foster child's independence. Everybody wants to be independent. Nobody wants to be controlled by other people. Nobody wants to be slave of others. You have to foster your child's independence. If your child learns to be independent, he will become a better human being. He will be in a position to take better decision in life. So setting limits helps your child develop a sense of self-control. It means that you have to set the limit, that beyond that limit you can't go. You have to make rules in such a way that your child should never be able to cross that limit that you have set. That is very important thing. If you do that, he will definitely learn the self-control. Apart from this, encourage your child. Independence helps them develop a sense of self-direction. If you give them independence, he will understand the meaning of self-direction. He will go on the path of his own. One story I would like to share with you on this. There were two neighbors that used to live in front of each other. One of them was a retired English teacher, a retired teacher, and another was a manager in a firm. Both of them were very fond of planting the trees and saplings. In their garden, both of them planted one small tree, a tree. Both of them, rather the manager watered the plant very frequently. He provided manure, fertilizers, and also used several pesticides on his plant. On the other hand, the retired teacher did not give too much attention to the plant. He watered the plant frequently, but not that much as done by manager. One day what happened, a storm came, and in that storm, a small storm, the tree of the manager fell down. Though both the tree of both of the neighbors were very good, very green, so the manager's tree fell down, whereas the tree of retired teacher remained intact. What happened that one day manager came to the house of the retired teacher and asked that I gave too much care to my plant. I provided water quite frequently. I give fertilizers, manures, pesticides, etc. But despite that, my tree fell down in this storm, whereas you did not care that much to your plant and your plant is survived. Why is this? Retired teacher said that your plant was overprotective. Your plant, you gave everything to your plant, so the roots of the plants did not try hard to reach deeper into the soil, whereas I did not take much care of my plant and give them water occasionally, but the roots of my plant started reaching deeper and deeper into the soil, and when the storm came, my tree was survived, whereas your failed. So this story suggests that you can never be overprotective. Give them space, and your child will definitely try hard to establish themselves in the society. So no human would like to be controlled by others, and you have to foster the independence of your child. One thing I will say, never use harsh discipline. Sometimes it is observed that parents becomes very authoritative towards their children. They become strict disciplinarian, and as a result, their children becomes very disappointed, irritated, and frustrated. It has also been observed that parents adopt the parenting style of their parents, and that is generally harsh parenting style that impose harsh discipline on their children. So as a result, children feels suffocated because of harsh discipline measures adopted by their children. My suggestion is, never spank, hit, or slap your children. If you use harsh discipline measures, your children will get some negative impact on them. They will believe that violence is also a medium by which we could sort out our disputes. They will try to bully. If you spank your child, if you hit your child, he will become depressed. He will having low self-esteem, low self-worth, low self-value, and becomes abuser, domestic violent, and definitely it will cast a very wrong impression on his personality. So spanking, hitting is not a solution at all. Always believe that there can never be a quick fix in life. You can't fix the problem all of a sudden. It needs time. Everything needs time, and time is a great healer. If your child commits any error in his or her life, then you have to keep patience. Never hit your child, particularly in the presence of other children. It casts a very bad impact. I'll also suggest that don't play a role of referee in your home when your children scuffle or squabble in the house, because children understand winning and losing very much. If you take the side of one child, the other child will believe that I am the loser. So this creates a wrong impression. Never compare your two children. No two person can be same. The potential capabilities of the children are quite different. You have to nurture and make them shine. You have to help them in developing their personality. So if you hit hard, if you slap or spank your child, definitely you are teaching to your children that hitting can be a solution, and again he will try to avoid your harsh punishment by concealing several things from you. If you hit, he will snap communication channels with you. He won't tell you the truth and will do wrong things secretly. So, hitting is not a solution at all. So, you will have to develop your relationship with other issues, and definitely we have to give first preference to our children. So, my suggestion is avoid harsh discipline when your children commits errors. Child should be treated with respect. Everybody needs respect, honor, dignity. This is one of the most important thing in life. You can't say that a small kid of 3 months or 1 year don't deserve respect or honor. No, this can never happen. Everybody is an individual and deserve respect, whether his age is 1 year or maybe 60 years. What is that? We know a few survival techniques, we get deserve more respect as a parents? No, it can never happen. Everybody has the right to be respected. So, your relationship with your child is the foundation for his relationship with others. If your relation with your child is good, his relationship with other children will definitely be good. If your relation with your child is not good, in future his relation with other people will never be good. So always believe that if you lose the channel of communication with your child, he will definitely becomes secluded or lonely, and this way definitely you will lose your child. So you have to always respect the opinion of your children, and you have to pay attention towards their opinion and belief also. One thing I will say that meal time in the house is one of the most important time where whole family sit together. Never try to make meal time an unpleasant experience for the children. Never try to push them at that time. Never try to show that which type of food is healthy for them. If you don't keep fast food in your house, your children won't press you for eating fast food. You have to tell them that what is the good or nourished food for them, but you can't press them hard at all. And again I will say that you have children have the ability to learn well from structure. If you want to go to shopping, for example, and if you don't tell them well in advance to your children that you are going to shopping, if you don't help them in preparing the shopping list, then your child will get bored in the milling crowd in the mall. So you have to tell them well in advance that you are going to shopping, and help your children to prepare the list of the shopping. So by this they will feel engaged, and this shopping expedition will be very good and fulfilling for them. So you have to treat your children with respect. You have to give them full attention of their opinion and their belief also. Spend time with your child. What happens that we work out our relation with our friends, we work out our relations, marital relation, but more often than not it is observed that we forget the child which is the most important person in our life. we often neglect that child. If we neglect our children, definitely we shall lose our ties with them. We have to spend the quality time with our children. Um, how can we have to play with them? We have to share laughter with them. We have to eat together, or we have to help out in homework, in their studies, or at least in 24 hours we have to, out of these 24 hours we have to talk to them at least for 15 years definitely. So if you makes a channel of communication with your children, you will never lose your child. Your child will never go away from you, and he will always confide in you. He will tell you the truth. Whatsoever he will do, he will inform you first. So you have to be the best friend of your child by just making a communication channel or spending time with them. So treat them lovingly, spend time with them, and make a communication bridge with them will definitely serve you a great deal. Boost your child's self-esteem. That is very important thing. If you treat your child lovingly, if you take care of him, definitely his self-esteem will be enhanced. Self-reliance make the children self-esteem. If they are independent, if they start doing things on their own, then definitely their self-esteem will be enhanced. Apart from this, you always have to motivate your children. Never remark negatively about your children. What you want your children to be, always motivate them. Never say that you are on the wrong, you are having a negative set of mind. Never remark negatively about your children, because it will definitely struck on their self-esteem, and their self-value, self-worth will be lowered down if you remark negatively about your children. So never speak negatively to your children, and thing for their children is not recommended at all. Don't do everything for them, because if you help your children becoming independent, definitely it will help them a great deal in enhancing the self-esteem. Communication should be made a priority. Communication is very important with your child. If you make a good rapport with your child, he or she will definitely make you a good friend. And good friend can never lose ties with each other. So instead of becoming an authoritative father or mother, you have to be a friend of your child. By how can we do that? By making a communication with them, by solving their issues amicably, by talking with them. Never talk to them. Instead, talk with them. This I will recommend. Communication should always be a two-way process. It is never one-way process. If it is the parents all the time dictating the terms, it will cast a very negative impact on the child. Instead, we have to be a good listener. We must listen to the problems and issues of the children and try to resolve them amicably. If we make communication a priority, we will definitely nurture them or help them develop self-confidence. One of the things to the particular to the young kids is bedtime stories. Parents must spend a little time with their children before sleeping on the bed, and bedtime stories is definitely a very good communication bridge between parents and the children respond to them very well, and the motivating encouraging stories by the parents definitely have an everlasting impression on the mind and soul of their children. And if these bedtime stories are utilized in a very proper way, definitely your child will be a very good human being having moral values and becoming a fulfilling human beings and a property of the country, a worthy citizen of the country. Last thing is keep patience. Patience is one of the most difficult virtue indeed. Your child will test your patience every day. If you becomes irritated, frustrated, disappointed, definitely you will mismanage the things with your children, lose your ties with your children, the communication bridge of communication will be burnt, and you will lose your child. So patience, keeping patience is one of the most difficult thing for the parents. But if parents are in position to keep patience, definitely they will be a far more better parent, because it is the patience that you have to keep when your child throws tantrum. If your child becomes irritated, becomes very frustrated, or makes some blunder, at that time also you have to keep patience. You have to take time, and at the right moment you have to give your counseling to your children. Uh, so my recommendation is never behave on the spur of moment. If your child has committed a grave error, then you have to keep calm, have to wait, watch, keep your finger crossed, and at the right moment you have to tell that that work was wrong and brought very negative result, and your behavior should be this types in future. So if parents are in position to keep patience with their children, definitely they will be better parents. So I will say in the last that parenting is one of the most difficult job on planet earth. It is more, this job of parenting is more difficult than the job of the prime minister. So but if you are successful in doing the job of parents, definitely you will produce the worthy citizen of the country and the fulfilling human being. So your contribution to the humanity will definitely be absolutely great. So by adopting all these parenting tips, we can definitely improve ourselves as a good parent. Thank you very much.